right now, and if SUP ever did get in the Olympics, what would it look like according to Jim Terrell?
Yeah, I've been putting a lot of thought into this, and I think I have a really clear vision as to the direction of SUP and what should be, and most likely what it will be. Well, like I referenced earlier, like what stand-up has going for it is, it's a beach sport. It originated from surfing, and I think that's going to help the sport from a mass appeal. If you look at women's volleyball, for example, the tire that they wear for beach volleyball certainly doesn't hurt, when it's a beach type sport. You look at other sports where that have really succeeded. They're not necessarily Olympic sports, but like take women's fitness competitions. They're judged. They do some physical stuff too because they're good athletes and they lift. But they're good-looking gals and they pose in bikinis and they have a figures contest. So I think SUP, the Olympics at some point, I think it's going to have some judging going on with the guys. We got some young guys coming up, Casper and Kai and Connor and Cody and some of these guys. I think that if they really want to be in the Olympics one day, there'll probably be a little bit of posing in the trunks after the races for a few bonus scores and whatnot. And same with the girls. I think, the battle of the paddle, wearing the jerseys and all that, I think that that hurts our sport. I think the guys need to race without shirts on, and the girls probably in bikinis. It would help, particularly when it comes to the judging on the beach type of thing, for those bonus points. I mean, it would really come in handy. So, like poor Casper coming from Denmark, I mean, he's a little disadvantaged, being, a place where he might not get a little sun, so he may have to, put in a tanning salon or, spend a little time, tanning up just to be able to compete with Kai. I mean, he's a big disadvantage there, but I think
now, obviously, TV plays a big role in the Olympics these days. Sports kind of have to be user-friendly, and they have to have a bit of a mass appeal. So, would it look like it does now, or would there be something different? What do you think?
Yeah, obviously, you look at the Olympics, they're up against a lot of competition with other sports that are being televised out there, and I look back like into the 1990s when that like American Gladiators came around. I don't know if you remember that, but there's obstacle courses with guys trying to knock you down and doing that. So I think SUP inevitably will be river paddling, like with a little bit of whitewater, nothing too extreme, but we'll probably be geared up with some equipment and heading down the river. And I mean, it's pretty certain that it's going to sort of go that way. I mean, that's what people want to see. They want to see blood. They want to see guts, and so I'm pretty certain that it's going to go that route, just to, I know Chuck's thinking about making his comeback in 2010. He was telling me if it goes that way, and I know Kalama and we're trying to get Laird stirred up on that one too. I think they'd be keen on that. I think that'd be right up their alley.
So to get SUP in the Olympics, it's got to have a mass appeal, obviously, and sometimes SUP can have a bit of an image problem. It's not always seen as the coolest sport out there. So what would your ideas be to get SUP a little more mainstream, a little cooler?
And if you look at the popularity of SUP and the popularity of basketball, most every kid on the playground, everybody loves to go out and just shoot some free throws. So I envision it becoming a biathlon type sport, just like cross-country skiing when they added shooting. So you basically, you do some skiing, you come into a range, you fire at 5 targets, and depending on how many you make, if you shoot clean, you just get to ski on. If you miss, you do a penalty loop. So with stand-up, I'm pretty certain it's going to be, you paddle, and you run through the chicane, and then you can just envision it pretty clearly at home, I'm sure. So 5, 6 basketball hoops there, and you got 5 shots. And depending on how many you make, you have 5 different buoys positioned out there, and the guy who makes a clean gets to go around the first buoy. If you miss all 5, you go, which would probably be me, you go around the far one. So that would sort of even the playing field, I think. I think Kalama would have a chance to get back in the game. He's kind of pushing me towards this one, so I'm kind of just putting it out there just so I hope, maybe some people can kind of sway, in that direction. But I really think that that's, almost inevitable that it's going to be a biathlon type, SUP. So we're just going to call it SUP bi, or BISUP maybe. Run through the chicane, and then there's why are you laughing? So this is serious. So there's some basketball hoops, and why is the camera shaking? So